Subscribe to my channel to get alerts on new videos on data science. Hello friends, in this video let's touch upon the methods to add elements to the array. So basically there are three ways in which you can add new elements. So one is by using the insert function where you can add elements to any part of the array. The other method is to use the append function, which is used for adding array elements to the end of it. And the third method is to use the concatenate function where you can concatenate two arrays. And I'll be covering all the three methods in this video. This is the 1D array that I have. Now let's say I want to add a value of 9 in this array and I want 9 as the second value in the array. All that I have to do is to use the insert function. And in the insert function, the first value that I'll be passing is the input array, the array in which the value need to be inserted. My input array is ARR1 and the second value that I have to pass is the index value in which the new item need to be inserted. And in this example, I'm giving an index value of 1. So the new value will be present as the second value in the array. The third value that I'll be passing is the actual value that I'll be inserting. So in my example, I want to insert a value of 9 into an array ARR1 in the index value of 1. So all the existing elements in the array from index value 1 will move one index to the right. If you look at the output, so I have 9 inserted at the index value 1 and the remaining elements which was there from index value 1 got moved to one index right. If I don't want the value to be inserted in ARR1, rather it should be inserted into a new array. In that case, I can create another array ARR2 where I can have a copy of ARR1 and have this new value inserted. So I can give ARR2 is equal to np.insert of ARR1, 1, 9 and this ARR2 is going to have the newly inserted value. Let's say I want to insert multiple values in an array starting from an index value. So I can give ARR1, 1, an array of items that need to be inserted from the index value 1. So this is the output that I'll have where 9, 10 and 11 got inserted at index value 1 and after the inserted value we have the values from 2 to 8. Now let's get into the 2D array. So this is the 2D array that I'm going to work on for explaining you on the insert function. So in this 2D array, if I just give the insert function by passing on the required values, which is ARR1, 1, 9. So what will happen is that the array will be first flattened to a 1D array and the value of 9 will get inserted at the index value of 1. But I want to retain the dimension as is and the value to be inserted should be a new row or a new column. So in that case, I have to pass an additional parameter which is the axis in the insert function. If I give the axis to be 0, then a new row will get inserted at the row index of 1 and the value of 9 will get populated there. Basically, the broadcasting mechanism will happen where the 9 will be populated in all the columns of row index 1. If I give the axis to be 1, then a new column will get inserted at the column index of 1 and the value of 9 gets populated there. So in this example, since I'm passing only a single value for the entire row or column, the broadcast mechanism works here where numpy broadcasts the value to the entire row or column. If I have the values for all the indices to be inserted, that is in my example, I want to insert 9, 10, 11 and 12 at the row index of 1 because I've given the axis to be 0. So in that case, 9, 10, 11 and 12 will get created as a new row. Make sure that the input array dimensions matches the dimension of ARR1. If I'm going to change the index value of 1, I need to make sure I pass on 6 values because this array has got 6 rows. So if I change the axis to be 0, I need to specify values for 4 columns. Now let me show you how to use the insert function on 3D arrays. So in the case of 3D array, a new 2D array gets inserted by the broadcast mechanism. In this example, I'm going to insert a value of 9 in the index value of 0 and I've given access to be 0. So what happens is a new 2D array gets created with all values as 9, which is at the index value 0. So if I give the index value to be 1, then the new 2D array will get created as the second 2D array, which has the index value of 1. Rather than just creating a new 2D array, if I want to add it as a new column or a row to the existing ND array, so I can make use of the access value. So if I give access is equal to 1, the value of 9 gets inserted as a new row, the row index of 1. Access value of 2 will create a new column with the value of 9 in all the 2D arrays. The index value will state in which index the value will be inserted. So in this case, I've given 1. So that is going to specify either the row index or the column index. If I don't give any access value, then the array will be first flattened. That is, it will become a 1D array and then the value will get inserted. So by default, the value of access is none. While working with ND arrays, be cautious while giving the access value. If I have an array of values to be inserted, I can give insert of array 1, comma 0, comma the value to be inserted along the axis 0. So this is going to create a new 2D array with the values which I've mentioned here as the first index value. If I want to add values to the end of the array, I'll be using the append function. The difference between the insert function and the append function is that I'll specify the index value in the insert function, whereas the index value is not required in the append function because it is going to add the elements to the end of the array. In either case, I'll have to use the access value while working with ND arrays. This is the example of the 1D array where I have the array ARR1 and I want to add these values to this array at the end of it. So I can use the append function to add elements to the end of the array. That is 9, 10 and 11 gets added to the end. So in case of 2D arrays, I'll have to give the access value where I'll say access is equal to 0. This is my array where I have values from 0 to 23 and I have appended the value of 9, 10, 11 and 12 to the end of this array by using this append function. This is the 3D array that I have where the values are from 0 to 23 in the shape of two 2D arrays, each having 3 rows and 4 columns. And using this append function, I'm appending a new 2D array to this 3D array. The other method to add new elements to the array is by using the concatenate function, which concatenates two arrays of the same dimension. So in this example, I have an array ARR1 with the values 4, 2, 5, 7, 3, 6, 8, and I'm going to concatenate 11, 12, 13 to this array. So I can use the concatenate function to concatenate ARR1 and ARR2. So when I print this ARR1, the output is going to look like this. I can also create a new array by concatenating two different arrays. So in this example, I'm creating a new array ARR3, which will be obtained after concatenating ARR1 and ARR2. Concatenation will work the other way around where you want to add new elements to the beginning of the array. So here I've given concatenate of ARR2, ARR1, where the new items to be concatenated will be present in the beginning of the array, followed by the array elements of ARR1. This is an example of how the concatenate works on 2D arrays. So here I have a 2D array of 6 rows and 4 columns, and I'm going to have another array ARR2 which has 4 values, and I'm going to concatenate these two values. 11, 12, 13 and 14 will get added to the end of it because I've given ARR1, ARR2. For the concatenation to work on 3D arrays, you will have to specify the access value. So this is the array that I have with two 2D arrays, 3 rows and 4 columns. And I'm going to concatenate ARR1 with this ARR2 containing a set of values. So since I'm concatenating on a 3D array, I'll have to specify the access. So here I've given access to be 1, which means set of values which I have provided will be inserted as a row in the existing 3D array. To concatenate along the columns, I'll need to give the access value of 2. So if I give the access value of 0, what happens is a new 2D array gets created with these values. Hey guys, hope you have got a clear picture on how to add new elements into a numpy array. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any queries, you can reach out to me at techietalkee@gmail.com. Happy learning and have a great day.